Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to Bluegrass Home and Garden TV. We are Pinteresting it up again with fall crafts. Stephanie is with us again, and she taught us all about pizza pans last year.
I love my pizza pans.
I found the cutest sunflower chalkboard, front door thing, and there was the cutest scarecrow, but there's only so much time today, so we're going with the sunflower. But the scarecrow is adorable. I've even bought the supplies to hopefully try to make it, but I kind of feel like Pinterest is where all my good intentions for crafting go to die. So we'll see if I actually ever get it done. But pizza pan, so this is one, I've just pulled the little label off of it. It's very smooth.
Yes.
The first step you say is?
Sandpaper.
Scratch it up.
Do it.
Scratch it
Take
up.
your aggression, I'm so mad. Just scratch it up. It's good.
But after you do that,
wipe it down.
Wipe it down.
If you don't wipe it down, you'll get to the end again and it'll peel off and you'll be like, oh, I wasted my time. Yeah, this isn't too fun.
And then we're going to use chalkboard spray paint,
the best,
to paint it. And for all of our clothespins that are going to be our petals of the sunflower, we're just using clothespins. And I break them out of the package. You'll see that I just leave them attached to the little paper that comes on because it makes it easier to spray them all at once and then flip it.
Perfect.
And give them plenty of time to dry and everything. And like you just get a better coat and everything than going on and individually painting them.
It's
That's
tedious.
a lot of paint. Now, there is some little brown accents on the Pinterest pen that I found, but I think the best way to do that is get it completely finished and then just go back with a little sponge brush and just add the brown where you need.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good tip.
We're gonna go outside and get spraying and see how this turns out.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned. Richard Weber's coming up.
Hey friends, how are you? This is Richard Weber from Springhouse Gardens. It's a wonderful time here in the garden and in the garden center. So we're into September, heading into October, and it's a wonderful time to be here and just check out all of nature's bounty. There's things that are doing beautiful colors with not only berries and flowers, but also foliage is going to start turning colors that everybody appreciates at this time of the year. So we're also at a very unique time. You've still got the colors of summer to look at, things like coneflowers and hardy geraniums like this Roseanne, but all sorts of things that are coming into color like the ornamental grasses and different shrubs like these beauty berries. So there's all sorts of things that you can combine in ways to really bring some life to your garden. The temperatures are getting cooler, the days are getting shorter, so it's a great time to revisit your garden and enjoy it. Because we've had a pretty hot summer, we've been blessed with a lot of rain, which is keeping things nice and green and all the plants supple and lively, but it is time to get out and really enjoy them and start doing some garden work and garden maintenance. So one of the fun things is to come out to the garden center and walk around and be tempted by some of these beautiful colors. Things like asters, things like nine bark. Look at the colors of these kind of joined together. And then why not add a beauty berry to your landscape? If you're a purple lover, if you're more of an orange and a red, there's plenty to strike your fancy too. And it could just be adding some unusual pumpkins to give you a little splash of color. So come out here, we're on Harrodsburg Road, 185 West Catnip Hill Road in Nicholasville, and we're open 7 days a week, so come out and see us or give us a call at 859-224-1417.
Here at Hubbard Mechanical, when we say we only charge you for the services you need, we mean it. We've got the invoices to prove it. This customer was told that the repair was going to be $1,200 by a flat rate book. We were going to save them hundreds of dollars, but we ended up saving $900 because we found out that the parts were under warranty. This is just one example of how we save our customers money during their time of need. So next time you're in need, give us a call here at Hubbard Mechanical and see the difference yourself.
All right, so we're outside. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. You can see I've already been doing a little bit of work here, and that's why I said, like, keep them on the paper. I've done one side, so I'm just gonna flip all these over, and I'm gonna give them a coat. And I used marigold, the color, because I didn't want it to be too bright, like neon yellow, and that's the only downside of spray paint. There's just not as many color variations. So,
Yeah.
But you can always go back and, you know, add a little bit brighter yellow with just some regular paint if you want to. So, you've got the chalk paint. So.
I've got the chalk paint. Gonna spray this down. And
any tips with that? Because I've never worked with that before.
just not really.
Just make
kind
sure
of got to
you know
go
which way
with
the
it.
wind's blowing.
You know which way the wind's blowing. You don't want it back at you.
Yeah, don't wear
so
anything that you will be heartbroken if it just gets paint all over
You know.
it. So,
And
keep the dog. She's
Dog's
back
away.
there. I keep waiting for her to just run up and put her
she's gonna
nose
get
in
in
it. Yeah, so all right, so we're just gonna work on this.
Perfect.
We'll let this dry really, really well.
Yes.
And then we'll start putting our sunflower together. So
That works.
I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out.
Me
And I have
too.
no idea how many of these we needed. I hope this is enough.
I don't know. That's one thing I've always wondered. So we'll know
Yeah,
pretty quick.
We'll find out. All right,
Yeah.
stay tuned.
And it's fall, kids, and look what I've got. That's right, the world's largest pumpkin. So I bought these like 20 years ago. I don't even think make these things anymore, but I sure am going to hang on to them. But look at that. So I'm going to show you how to create this porch moment. And you're not going to get the world's largest pumpkin. And it's also, and these are fake, you know, you can do real pumpkins, a little bit smaller ones, but the concept is a stack of pumpkins of some form. So don't judge. But I'll make the rest of it very easy on you. Okay, we got our urn and emptied it out. Look at this. This base is a grapevine wreath. And when you buy these, and it has the twine of the grapevine wrapped around it, I just took wire cutters and cut it off, and I then just really pulled it apart to make it, again, a little looser. And these beautiful leaves we sell at the store. This is a birch leaf, and I just think those are beautiful. And what I did, once I had to dissect this one to kind of show you what I'm doing, is I took these green leaves to add a little, because I feel like fall, you know, yeah, we think of fall leaves and fall berries, but I still think we got green leaves. So I took this, poked it in side of there. I took this leaf, shaped it a little bit, poked it in there, and you can see I fill it in. And that grapevine holds it in place. Plop my pumpkin on top, and I have the world's easiest, most dramatic fall arrangement you ever can imagine out of some leaves and a grapevine wreath. You can do this, kids. House by JSD.com. Come and see us.
Hi, I'm Scott with Comfort Master, and I'm going to give you another tip that can help reduce your electric bill, help your air conditioner last longer, and heating as well. So one thing we also wanted to pay attention to is you don't want too many bushes right on top of the actual outdoor unit. These things need to get as much air as possible to help them be as efficient and work as they're supposed to, as the factory sets them up to do. So you want to try to keep it clear, but you'll notice this one is in the shade right now. It's from a tree up near the front, which is a good idea. These things do work better if they're in the shade, but they can't be interfered as far as airflow goes. So you need to keep the air going through it as easily as possible, but if shade is possible, that's a good idea. Something else too, vines and ivy like to grow underneath these. You need to try to keep that cleaned out. Also, when you're mowing, you don't ever throw grass towards the air conditioner, because this is like a vacuum. The fan, the air goes in and it blows out the top, so it sucks any grass clippings that are in there or near it into it, which blocks it up, and that definitely hurts the efficiency of the thing. So anytime you're mowing, blow the grass away from the unit. If you do happen to blow it into the unit, take a garden hose and just rinse the bottom out just to help keep the clippings out of it. If you have any questions, you can call us at Comfort Master anytime.
Hi, I'm Richard Weber from Springhouse Gardens. Did you know that getting your hands dirty is sometimes a good thing? Digging in the dirt has been proven to reduce stress and provide a sense of happiness and contentment. Come find your happy at Springhouse Gardens.
Comfort Master came in and helped me do an assessment because it's a geothermal unit. The value that they give us is really important, and you know, if that's $1 or $2 higher, I'm okay with that because I know the guys are safe, I know they're well educated. Just had a great experience with Comfort Master.
Okay, so everything has dried, so we think.
Yes.
We've even taken a hair dryer to it just to make sure. Actually had a little bud from outside, unfortunately.
Yep.
That's okay.
Oh well.
So, there was a couple of Pinterest pins that had this, and some had them more staggered than others.
Okay.
I
cool.
liked the ones where they were staggered, but not as much.
Too staggered.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna let you work on that,
Okay.
and
Cool.
we'll see how
See
many
how
of
this-
these it takes.
I've always wondered this.
Well, we'll find
How
out.
many does it take?
Yeah. So yeah.
Almost like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and if I remember, like, it wasn't like they were all flat either, so it's okay if they were like a little bit up and down. And if you were afraid that these wouldn't stay in place, you could always add our favorite friend, hot glue.
Hot glue.
And if there's any that just you want to add a little bit more yellow to, you could always go back, like I said, with just some regular craft paint. I
Definitely.
mentioned that the Pinterest pen had some, like, so this out one here
Yeah.
would be fine. They would go in and add just a little bit of touch of brown here.
Oh, okay.
I do like that. We're not going to worry about that today. I mainly want to get this going on.
Yeah.
So they do this all the way around, and then they actually go back in with actual sunflowers and kind of add a little
some in
bit to it, add a bow, whatever. But I love this one because
Yeah.
if you're not a huge pumpkin person,
Yeah.
this one could have started, I mean, you literally could have had it up in August.
Definitely.
And you can keep it up through practically, what, maybe first week of November, something like that?
I would say so. Absolutely. Scarecrows.
So-
Go with everything.
Keep going, Stephanie.
I'm gonna keep going.
Keep going. So far, we went through one whole bag. Again, but that's the cheapest place I've found them. You get, I don't know how many there are there. What, about
know.
20 maybe, so to speak, for $1? Yeah, I definitely recommend
Yeah,
the Dollar Tree for that.
definitely.
All right.
Good
She's
deal.
going to keep going. We're going to be back here in just a second.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned. Well, it is the last weekend of the Grand Tour of Homes. BIACentralKY.com gives you all the details because it is in person and virtual. But we are over at Lexington and Nelson, the showplace. They are one of the main sponsors helping make it all happen. And we're going to show them a lot today because
Yes.
they can go through these homes, and if you're not careful, you can just be like, ooh, the kitchen's so nice and open to the family room. You can overlook some of the really cool
Important details, yes. And
in
that's
all
why I
of
think
this.
it's kind of neat that it is virtual and really encourage people to. You might have gone out to a home and actually saw something, but you could go back and say,
Great point.
what was that kitchen faucet again? Or, oh my goodness, I totally missed who made that farmhouse sink or apron front sink. So I loved that myself.
The fact that there's
yeah,
both. Yeah.
that there's both, absolutely.
All right, so in regards to a lot of the faucets and everything, what are you seeing in these homes? Because you did a lot of the homes.
Yes, we got to do a lot of the homes. So we feel so blessed. First of all, we want to encourage everyone to go out there that we get to be part of this. And something I was telling Amber about is that actually out of the wall faucets have
really
been
cool.
have been a great thing. So there's a couple of homes that have that out of the wall faucet in the powder bath. Polished nickel is a big category for us. So there's a lot of homes with polished nickel in it. And I think that really it's a softer way to do that shiny finish, so to speak. So it's really nice to be able to see those out there on the tour. And I'm sure that you'll notice those now that I've mentioned it. You'll be like, oh, I get it now. That's polished nickel instead of chrome or whatever.
And it's a good blend between going a little bit more modern, but still having a little bit more of a traditional feel.
Absolutely.
What about color?
Color. So we know that color is back, right, as far as a fashion trend, which is a little bit tough when you talk about faucetry. So I try to think of faucetry more like being like your fine jewelry, right? So it's going to be mixing the metals, putting those extra little finishes on them, but then you can do like a pop of matte black that's really going to showcase how that faucet's going to pop off that wall or on that fixture, so you're going to see those details. A little bit of satin brass. I always have to bring my satin brass back in there because I just love satin brass, and so it's a nice way to have a little bit more formal feel, yet you can really see it in a modern take too.
And I know we're going to be back here a little bit later in the show and tell you more about what you can expect to see and kind of hopefully like get your eyes going to like draw towards
Yes.
things, whether you're in person or going online to check it out. But we'll be back here in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
New in 2021, the name that defines the very best, Jimmy Nash Homes, brings you new communities, new floor plans, and styles featuring Anderson Windows and Doors, the most trusted name in windows and doors. See it all at jimmynashhomes.com.
Did you know that most gardeners are optimists? 9 out of 10 gardeners would tell you that their watering can is half full. Why else would a gardener plant a tree that they may never get to sit under? Come improve your outlook at Springhouse Gardens.
All right, we have a dilemma.
Yeah.
Which flowers?
I don't know.
Now, in hindsight, I thought this was the perfect color for this. I actually wish it was a little bit brighter, but we'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
So I love this color because I feel like it's most closely related to that color of the marigold. And some of these are too stark of a contrast. And of course, we've got these others that, you know, if we wanted a big contrast, because you still got the yellow and
Definitely.
stuff. And we've got other little spray things. So
Spray
these
things.
did have like some sprays almost coming up out of it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we probably need to start with adding some greenery
would.
first. And not too much, not all of it, you know,
But
obviously,
some.
but where's our main focal point going to be? And
Yeah.
then kind of work from there. But I think
that.
it'd be so cute. I think you'd find just like a little bee and put it somewhere on there.
I love bees.
But one thing you were saying is
Yeah.
that because this is a matte finish on this chalk
Yes.
spray paint, that it's easily scratched. So
it is on this.
You know,
Yeah.
some pens probably just spray painted it black.
Yes.
Not all of them actually used the chalkboard. Some did. They said welcome, but you can always add that,
Yeah.
you know, with a little piece of metal work or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there are, and I have seen them, like stickers that are chalkboard,
Yeah.
like stickers.
Yep.
If you could get one big enough, you could just cut it to fit.
Totally.
So, but again, I don't really probably, if I did write on it, it'd be once and leave it.
And leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I'd be like, you know, messing with it a whole lot. But
Yeah.
we're going to sit here and try to play around with all these florals,
Perfect.
and we'll be back because
Sounds
this is
good.
the dilemma. Stay tuned. Well, this is the last weekend of the tour, the grand tour of homes, going on in person and virtual in James Monroe with James Monroe Homes. Is giving us an inside look of this home, but you're also really kind of telling us why it's so important to come out to the tour, because you have a lot to show people and hopefully help a lot of frustrated people out there who are trying to find their new homes.
Absolutely. During this grand tour of homes, whether you visit us in Richmond and Magnolia Point, or you can visit us in Eastgate in Nicholasville, we have 22 homes under construction and 9 are move-in ready today. So for those who are looking for a home or getting frustrated with that process, we have the inventory for you to come out and see lots of homes when you come visit James Monroe Homes.
Yeah, and I've heard you say, you know, we don't want people to buy used homes, and a lot of that plays into the energy efficiency side of it, because you pride yourselves on building, you know, very energy efficient homes.
Absolutely. All of our homes are high performance homes. We use a HERS rater to get the lowest HERS score possibly. We're typically seeing about a 30% energy savings versus other new construction.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you have to forego any of the wonderful amenities or anything, or just some of those cute little nuances. It's like this adorable little doggy area. I love that. That's so cute. I'm sure everybody who comes to see this home on the tour is going to go away being like, oh, yes.
Absolutely. We try to utilize every space we can in the home, and we want to be very pet friendly. So come talk to us and we can make your home perfect for you, your family, and your pets.
All right, and of course you can go online to biacentralky.com to learn more. Again, in person and virtual, but this is the last weekend, so don't miss out.
New in 2021, the name that defines the very best, Jimmy Nash Homes, brings you new communities, new floor plans, and styles featuring Anderson Windows and Doors, the most trusted name in windows and doors. See it all at jimmynashhomes.com.
Comfort Master came in and helped me do an assessment because it's a geothermal unit. The value that they give us is really important, and you know, if that's $1 or $2 higher, I'm okay with that because I know the guys are safe, I know they're well educated. Just had a great experience with Comfort Master.
When your day calls for, but the weather calls for, we call for.
You're getting a 20-minute heads up.
A WKYT First Alert Weather Day. Your first alert to when weather needs to be on your mind first. On air, online, on your phone. So you always know first. First Alert Weather Days. Only from WKYT First Alert Weather.
All right, thanks for keeping it here. We've got most of the florals in place. I'm letting Stephanie go in and add a little bit more of the greenery. And we were kind of torn between maybe to do this one, but we kind of like the slightly different sunflower shades and colors on this one. And But we did utilize some of the leaves from this one.
That one had really good leaves. I like those.
Yeah, and then we're going to go back in and just add a little bit more and everything. So yeah, I think it's going to be really cute.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Even though it's all yellow, it's all different colors of yellow.
It's very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Very happy.
Yeah, and we were talking, you know, if you didn't want to actually write with chalk, because it could just easily smear, wipe off, or whatever, you could find one of those little welcome signs with the metal artwork or everything. Or if you have a Cricut or some sort of like vinyl cutter, like I know this one over here utilizes a lot, you could do that.
So that's always good to have.
I still love the bee idea though.
I do too. I love bees. They're like my favorites.
Yeah, this would be awesome.
And it's a good project for bees too.
Yeah. Just know that if you don't glue the, you know, clothespins in place, occasionally you might have to just adjust them a little bit. And again, another reminder, we are not going in today and adding the little brown tips, because if you actually look at a real sunflower, this is not, of course, not a real sunflower. It's a fake, real-looking sunflower. If it's, look at that one, the one you have in the middle is really a better idea. Yeah. So you see, it's not just one big solid color. So a lot of the pins would take and add just a little bit of brown on the outside to give it a little bit more realistic look. Yeah. But that is turning out so stinking cute.
Yeah, I'm excited with it. I really like it.
Yeah, and I love these little ones too. So.
These are really cute.
Add those in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is a Pinterest win.
I think so. I like this one. I really do.
And the clothespin aspect of it, like some clothespin pins, say that really fast. I'm like, I don't know about that. But this one I love. And I love the scarecrow, which I wish we had time to do, but we just don't.
And how many pins did it take?
It took right at 4 of the groups. So $4 worth if you went to the Dollar Tree to get them and stuff. So.
Which isn't bad.
No, not at all.
No.
And it's so much easier to just spray paint them.
Yes. Yes.
If you remember, if you've been watching the show for a long, long time, back in the day, we did a whole red, white, and blue themed one for 4th of July, and I hand painted all those.
That's dedication.
Never again. All right, we'll keep finishing this up, and we'll figure out how we're going to hang this, and we'll be back here in just a few.
Art Hubbard, Hub Mechanical here. Just give me some more pro tips. Some good things to know whenever you have a house, you rent a house, you live in a house. Where all your emergency shutoffs are. Where your water meter shutoff is, where the water shutoff is inside the house, where your gas shutoff is, where your water heater shutoff is, and where your electrical main shutoff is. Those are all good things that good to know, because stuff happens. Stuff's gonna break. There's gonna be a time that an emergency happens. This way, if your water heater's springing a leak, you can just shut off your water heater right on top of it. You can go shut off the main water if you'd rather, if it's somewhere leaking in your house where it's coming from the ceiling, coming from the wall, or if you can't get to that, know where your meter is, because every meter has to have a shut off on it. Know where your gas meter is. So the gas meter has a shut off on the side of it. You shut that off there. That way, if you smell gas inside your house, you can shut that off and not have to be in a more dire situation. Know where your electrical panel is. A lot of places, they don't know where, or a lot of people don't know where the electrical panel is located at. They don't know where the main is inside the electrical panel. So if you smell something burning electrically, you can shut your main off and not have it do more damage. So those are just some things to really think about and know where they're at. And if you have any questions, any concerns, we can come out there and get some stuff squared away for you. Call the office at 859-340-4509.
All right, back at the showplace, Lexington with Nelson, Rachel, talking about the sinks. I get excited about this because I do a lot of cooking, and I feel like if you're not careful, you can get a sink, you can love everything else about the kitchen, and the sink just drive you crazy. Every time you go to rinse out pans or try to do anything, you're just like, ugh.
So I really believe in researching it and thinking about how you use a sink. So something that you're gonna see on the tour that we're really excited about, obviously, is our apron front farmhouse sinks. You asked me, what is it made of? Well, fire clay is typically the term, or porcelain. It's poured porcelain. What's nice about it is that they can be shiny and pretty, and they're going to stay that way for a long time. But something that you're going to start seeing in the trends is they're going to come in matte finishes. We had talked a little bit about like matte black, matte white. That is really fun. But yes, these are wanting to know just a little bit how they work, you can organize things, you can chop your vegetables, they become like an extension to your countertop. But you do have to be careful, right? You know, we have to think about what's going to go in them. So I like to say new house, new rules. Maybe you aren't just throwing everything in that kitchen sink, right? You're going to utilize that laundry room a little more for those things that might scratch my kitchen sink, because my pretty things are going to go in here.
Right, but I had one like this. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful.
This
to me is the best of both worlds, because you have some that will have the divider all the way up, which to me kind of limits a little bit, because I like to be able to put things in there that are really big. This is like the best of both worlds.
Right, this has that low divide, so then that way you can set your pan in and that handle can hang over the top, and then that way you're not having to hold that pan up at an angle to be able to clean it, right? So that's definitely helpful.
And I love the built-in ledge for the cutting boards. And then, oh my goodness, that back there has like a built-in colander,
all different things.
So much fabulous stuff.
So excited for you to see that on the tour. Thank you, Amber, for highlighting that.
Last weekend, and go to biacentralky.com for all the details. Well, we are almost out of time. We've been debating on what to do to hang it, and we think, honestly, probably just some like jute twine. This is actually a wired jute twine. Hot glue it to the back. You don't have to make a bow, because honestly, I think a bow would distract from all of this at this point, because this is such, you know, it's a sunflower with sunflowers on it. I would just glue it and leave it just really easy.
Very easy.
But yeah, so hold it up. Let's
really
see it.
cute.
Just remember, again, it's you haven't glued all these pieces in.
We have not.
I think that could shift, and it's super easy fix. Getting all these little hot glue strings, but I think that's a win.
Cute. I like it.
And you can take that one home with you, Stephanie.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So if you need a little bit of happy, oh my gosh. Like
this is happy.
Like
this makes me happy.
Yeah, and there's so many people right now that need a little happy,
Here's
a
your
little
happy.
bit of joy.
Yeah.
This would be a super easy, cheap project. I mean, $1 in the pizza pan.
Yeah.
$4 of clothespins.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to use these flowers. You can pick up some other ones. I mean, you can easily get away with having like, if you already got the paint, of course.
Yeah.
You know,
it's cute.
$8, maybe,
$8.
maybe.
You know, and I don't know about everybody else, but I have wreaths at home that I'm like, I don't want to look at that one anymore. Pull the flowers off.
Yeah.
Pull the glare off. Put it on something else.
Yeah. This is happy.
It's happy. I like it.
I just
it's so pretty.
Taking all the little hot glue strings away, but I love this.
Cute.
I love
Very
this.
cute.
I wish we had time to do the scarecrow one, but the scarecrow, as cute as he is, he doesn't make me smile it, because he's just not
like
happy.
this.
Yeah. And this one I think can stay up a lot longer. So definitely a Pinterest win.
Very much so. Very good one.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
a
we
lot.
have a cute idea coming up, more on the show for you. So definitely, she's going to join us again. We won't be going all throughout the show like this, because this one was a little bit more in depth, and so was the last project. But we'll have you back, and we'll keep crafting. Thanks for tuning in.